Good morning, students. Today's topic is direct and inverse proportion. Observe here, not indirect proportion, it is inverse proportion. In our part 1, we are learning what is direct proportion and solving some problems relating to direct proportion. Before going into it, observe some situations. Suppose 2 pens cost 10 rupees, then 5 pens cost 25 rupees. That means more pens will cost more. If 3 men can do a piece of work in 8 hours, then 1 man alone can do it in 24 hours. That means less men at work, more will be time taken to finish it. Variation. If two quantities depend on each other in such a way that the changes in one results in a corresponding change in the other, then the two quantities are said to be in variation. Examples for variation. More articles will cost more. More deposit gives more interest in bank. Traveling more distance consumes more petrol. More speed leads to less time for a fixed distance. More workers leads to less time in finishing the work. Now, what is a direct proportion or direct variation? Two quantities x and y are said to be in direct proportion if whenever the value of x increases, then the value of y increases in such a way that the ratio of x is to y remains the same. Otherwise, two quantities x and y are said to be in direct proportion if whenever the value of x decreases, then the value of y decreases in such a way that the ratio of x is to y remains the same. Observe the symbol. This symbol is used for direct proportion. X is directly proportional to y, that implies x1 by y1 equals to x2 by y2 equals to x3 by y3 equals to so and so on, some k constant. Now let us solve a small question. Find whether x is directly proportional to y in the following table. What is given here? X is 3, y is 6. X is 5, then y is 10. If x is 7, then y is 14. If x is 9, then y is 18. If x is 12, then y is 24. Oh, you know the answer. First find x by y. That means 3 by 6, 5 by 10, 7 by 14, 9 by 18, 12 by 24. Yes, its answer is 12. That is constant. That answer is half. That is constant. Hence, we can tell that x is directly proportional to y. One more question. Find whether x is directly proportional to y in the following table. If x is 4, then y is 12. If x is 7, then y is 21. If x is 12, then y is 36. If x is 15, then y is 60. From the table, 4 by 12 is equal to 7 by 21 is equal to 12 by 36 is equal to 1 by 3. But the last column, 15 by 60 is equal to 1 by 4, not equal. Hence, we can tell that x by y is equal to 4 by 12 is equal to 7 by 21 is equal to 12 by 36, not equals to 15 by 60. Hence, x and y are not directly proportional. One more question. If x and y are directly proportional, that means the relation between x and y is already given. They are directly proportional. Find the value of p and q in the table given below. Because it is directly proportional, we can write 3 by 36 is equal to p by 60 is equal to 10 by q. Take first two ratios. That is 3 by 36 is equal to p by 60. From it we can find P. P is equal to 3 by 36 into 60. That's 5. That's all. And take first ratio and last ratio. That is 3 by 36 is equal to 10 by Q. So by cross multiplication it is 3Q is equal to 360. Hence Q is equal to 360 by 3. That is 120. Now let us solve a small question. A car covers 432 kilometers in 36 liters of petrol. How much distance would it cover in 25 liters of petrol? We know that consumption of petrol and distance are in direct proportion. Hence, let us prepare a table. 436 liters is 36 liters consumption leads to 432 kilometers, and 25 liters leads to x kilometers. From it we can write it at 36 by 432 is equal to 25 by x. By cross multiplication 36x is equal to 432 into 25. That implies x is equal to 432 into 25 by 36. That is 500. One more question. If 50 meters of cloth costs 3,725 rupees, how much cloth can be purchased for 1,788 rupees? Clearly, length of the cloth and cost are in direct proportion. So, 50 meters cost 3,725 rupees. X meters cost 1,788 rupees. Because it is direct proportion, 50 by 3,725 is equal to x by 1,788. Hence, x is equal to 50 by 3,725 into 1,788. That is 24. Hence, required cloth is 24 meters. That's all. One more question. A train is moving at a uniform speed of 75 kmph. Kmph means kilometers per hour. For 1 hour, the train is going 75 kilometers. So, distance is 75 kilometers, time is 1 hour. 1 hour means 60 minutes. Now, the question is, how far will it travel in 24 minutes? Second question is, in how much time will it cover 175 kilometers? Clearly, time and distance are in direct proportion. So, we can prepare a table as 75 kilometers, 60 minutes. X kilometers, 24 minutes. 175 kilometers in Y minutes. We know it is a direct proportion, so 75 by 60 is equal to x by 24 is equal to 175 by y. From the first two ratios, x is equal to 75 by 60 into 24. That is 30. Similarly, from first and last ratio, 75 by 60 is equal to 175 by y. By cross multiplication, 75y is equal to 60 into 175. That implies y is equal to 60 into 175 by 75. That is 140 minutes. Now, a vertical pole 5 meters 60 centimeters high casts a shadow 3 meters 20 centimeters long. Find at the same time the length of the shadow cast by another pole 10 meters 50 centimeters high. Second question. The height of the pole which cast a shadow 5 meters long. Dear students, 5 meters 60 centimeters. 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So 5 meters 60 centimeters is equals to 560 centimeters. Similarly, 3 meters 20 centimeters is equals to 320 centimeters. Similarly, 10 meters 50 centimeters is equals to 1050 centimeters. And 5 meters is equals to 500 centimeters. From this data, let us prepare a table. We know that length of the pole and length of the shadow are in direct proportion. Pole in centimeters 560, then its shadow is 320 centimeters. When pole is 1050 centimeters, its shadow is say x centimeters. If pole is y centimeters, then its shadow is 500 centimeters. We know that it's a direct proportion. So 560 by 320 is equal to 1050 by x is equal to y by 500. Cross multiplication helps us to find x. The x is 600 centimeters. Hence the length of the shadow is 6 meters. Take first ratio and the last ratio. And by cross multiplication, we get the value of y, that is 875 centimeters. That means 8 meters 75 centimeters. One more beautiful question. The scale of a map is 1:3 into 10 power 7. Two cities are 5 centimeters apart. On the map, find the actual distance between them in kilometers. Observe the scale. 1:3 into 10 power 7. That means on map 1 centimeter distance means the actual distance is 3 into 10 power 7 centimeters. Now distance on map 1 centimeter, actual distance is 3 into 10 power 7 centimeters. If the distance on map is 5 centimeters, let the distance, actual distance is x. Because it is direct proportion, we can write it as 1 by 3 into 10 power 7 is equal to 5 by x. By cross multiplication, x is equal to 3 into 5, that is 15 into 10 power 7 centimeters. You know that 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters and 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. Hence, x is equal to 15 into 10 power 7 by 100 into 1000 kilometers. Observe here, we are dividing 15 into 10 power 7 with 100 into 1000 because 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeters, 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. That means 100 into 1000 means 10 power 5. So 10 power 7 by 10 power 5 results 10 square. 10 square means 100. 15 into 100 is 1500 kilometers. That means 1500 kilometers. So the actual distance between the two cities is 1500 kilometers. Now let us solve the last question. If 5 men and 7 women can earn 875 rupees per day, how much would 10 men and 5 women can earn per day? Observe the question carefully. In this question, it is given that 5 men or 7 women. That means 5 men is equals to 7 women here. So it becomes 5 men equals to 7 women. That implies 1 man is equals to 7 by 5 women. In this question, it is given that 10 men and 5 women. That means 10 men plus 5 women. Observe here. 10 men means because 1 man is equals to 7 by 5 women, 10 men means 7 by 5 into 10, that is 14 women. From the question, 10 men plus 5 women is equal to 14 men, 14 women, this is wrong here, 14 women plus 5 women, hence that is 19 women. Hence, from the question, Observe here, 7 women earn 875 rupees. So the question is 19 women earn X rupees. Because it is direct proportion, we can write it as 7 by 875 is equal to 19 by X. By cross multiplication, 7x is equal to 875 into 19. Then x is equal to 2375. Hence, 10 men and 5 women would earn 2375 rupees. Now it's time for homework. Pause the video and finish the homework. If you have any doubts, without hesitation, you can call me. Thank you for listening.